25 natural wonders of the world you can still visit. Looking for some bucket list travel ideas? You can't go wrong with these natural wonders, though you might not believe your eyes, even when you're right there. Earth's greatest hits. Mother Nature sure knows how to make a statement. The planet is dotted with all sorts of gorgeous creations, from cascading waterfalls to towering volcanoes to otherworldly salt flats you won't believe are real, and all of these natural wonders of the world tell the story of a particular destination. Of course, people travel far and wide just to get a glimpse of the most famous landscapes and the equally stunning but lesser-known natural wonders, and for good reason. Whether you're interested in diving the Great Barrier Reef, hiking the Grand Canyon, admiring the Northern Lights, or just taking a tour from your couch and daydreaming about your bucket list, you'll definitely be inspired by these natural wonders of the world. Poás Volcano, Costa Rica. One of the most visited volcanoes in Costa Rica is also one of the oldest. It actually helped form the Central Valley. Sitting more than 8,884 feet above sea level, Poás Volcano has been active for hundreds of years, though its last major eruption was in 1910. Visitors can still get up close and personal with it at the national park where it's located, with a reservation, that is. If you're lucky enough to get a view of the crater, it can be breathtaking. However, views may be obstructed by clouds due to fickle and unpredictable weather conditions, which change by the hour. Dress warm and bring an umbrella, as precipitation is common at the top of the mountain. The volcano is about an hour's drive from the center of San Jose. But you'll definitely want to build some extra time into your schedule so you can sample fresh strawberries at the fruit stands along the way or go on a tour at Doka Estate to learn how coffee is made. Here's a list of other active volcanoes you can also visit. Mount Otomanu, Bora Bora. Bora Bora was first made popular during World War II, when soldiers were stationed on the island. Mount Otomanu is the island's main attraction, and it has an interesting history. During World War II, the American soldiers used the cave to check the horizon to see if any enemies were coming, says Marania Turu, a representative for Tahiti Tourisma. Years later, it was rumored that women went inside the caves to give birth because giving birth on the island was not permitted. The massive mountain, which stands 2,385 feet above the lagoon of Bora Bora, is now the perfect backdrop for dreamy Tahitian sunsets. A few of the luxury resorts offer great views of the mountain, including the St. Regis Bora Bora and the Conrad Bora Bora Nui, which have become hot spots for honeymooners. Marble Chapels, Patagonia. The Capillas de Marmol, or Marble Chapels, are an absolute must when visiting Patagonia. The stunning caves are located in the middle of General Carrera Lake, which makes them accessible only by boat. One of the more remote natural wonders on this list, the iridescent marble chapels are actually layers of calcium carbonate formations resulting from 6,000 years of wind and water slapping the rocks. The colors and arches formed inside the cave are truly breathtaking, and even amateur photographers will have a field day here. The best time to visit is in the austral summer, from December to March, when the intensity of the blue waters is intensified by the sun. Yosemite National Park, USA. One of California's crown jewels, Yosemite National Park is an outdoor playground for nature enthusiasts. The protected park is approximately 1,200 square miles, and it features towering sequoias, dramatic waterfalls, beautiful mountain ranges, and sheer granite towers. In addition to Half Dome and El Capitan, Yosemite is also home to Yosemite Falls, one of the world's tallest waterfalls at 2,425 feet. May or June is the best time to see the waterfalls. September is also a great month to visit because of pleasant weather and fewer crowds. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. One of the world's greatest spectacles also happens to be one of the most vulnerable. Whether you choose to view this global treasure from a helicopter or go scuba diving to enjoy close encounters with more than 1,500 species of tropical fish, it's hard not to notice the direct impact of climate change. Warmer temperatures have led to significant amounts of coral bleaching, and farming pollution has caused starfish to feed off the precious coral. If the damage continues on the same trajectory, more than 90% of the living coral will erode within the next decade. Add this natural wonder of the world to your bucket list before it's too late, along with these other breathtaking places that might soon disappear. Haleakala National Park, Maui. Maui is world famous for its magnificent beaches, fresh cuisine, and burnt orange sunsets, but it's also home to some of the most beautiful landscapes. The top of the dormant volcano at Haleakala National Park is one of the most epic spots to watch the sun rise. At just over 10,000 feet above sea level and spanning 30,000 plus acres of land, Haleakala offers plenty of scenic vistas, sparkling waterfalls near the park's coastal section, and endangered species sightings such as the nene, the state bird. An important note: if you want to hike to the crater at sunrise, you have to make a reservation up to 7 days in advance. There is also a $30 fee to park your car, but it's valid for 3 days, in case one visit just wasn't enough. Grand Canyon, USA. Arizona has no shortage of majestic mountains and sweeping vistas, but the Grand Canyon is hands down one of the most diverse geological wonders in the state. The visual grandeur of this UNESCO World Heritage Site and all-American natural wonder of the world is characterized by several horizontal layers of rock formations that are nearly 2 billion years old. Visitors have several options to experience the beauty here. Adventure seekers can enjoy an aerial view from a helicopter ride through the canyons or go whitewater rafting down the Colorado River, not for the faint of heart. For an easy hiking trail, head to the North Rim to avoid large crowds and check out the Cape Royal Trail. It's a flat, well-paved trail that's popular during sunrise and sunset. Cappadocia, Turkey. You may have seen the captivating photos of colorful hot air balloons against a magical landscape of rugged cliffs, valleys, and minaret-like towers carved into the rocks. It's hard to believe this place is real, but it is, and it's in Turkey. The Anatolia region of Cappadocia is filled with rich history and culture, including the 40 identified underground cities that lie below the surface and the Göreme Open Air Museum, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited sites in Cappadocia. For a good vantage point overlooking the landscape of this natural wonder, check out Uçhisar Castle, or drift during sunrise in one of the hot air balloons. Blue Grotto, Malta. Malta is a magnificent Mediterranean island between Sicily and the North African coast. The island is known for year-round warm weather, ancient cities, dazzling beaches, and, of course, the Blue Grotto, a series of caves that form high arches along the southern coast of the island. On a clear day, you can see the fluorescent colors reflected on the cave, a phenomenon caused by the underwater flora. Try to book a boat tour early in the morning when the sea is calm, the sun is bright, and there are fewer crowds. Banff National Park, Canada. Those visiting the Rocky Mountains in Canada between July and September will be rewarded with turquoise-colored lakes, scenic mountain views, and plenty of wildlife. The summer months allow for some of the best hiking and wildflower sightings of the year, but they also mean peak tourist season. September may be an even better time to visit, since the crowds fade, the leaves start to change color, and the snow-capped mountains begin to appear in the distance. Biking is also another way to explore the mountains, which boast more than 220 miles of cycling trails. Here are more of the most popular destinations in Canada. Blausee Lake, Switzerland. Blausee Lake is a small, enchanted lake in the Kander Valley in Switzerland that gets its name from its vibrant crystal blue color. The lake is surrounded by a stunning national park with towering pine trees, a boutique hotel, and an organic trout farm. Whether you choose to visit during the summer when the bright turquoise water is glimmering against the verdant backdrop, or the winter, when the snow-covered pine trees look like a Bob Ross painting, Blousey Lake is an idyllic place year-round. There is an entrance fee between $8 and $10, depending on the day of the week, and dogs are allowed in the park on a leash. Waitaki Whitestone Park, New Zealand. It's hard to pick just one natural wonder in New Zealand, but Waitaki Whitestone Park tops the list. With picturesque rolling green hills, scenic cycling trails, and an abundance of wildlife, this park just may be the most gorgeous outdoor wonderland you'll ever play in. Walk, bike, or drive through the park, and as you do, be on the lookout for unique rock formations. FYI, this New Zealand gem won't be flying under the radar for much longer because it's up for UNESCO assessment this year. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. The Galapagos Islands are a group of 19 large islands in Ecuador with a unique ecosystem and diverse range of endemic marine life and species. You'll find the island's namesake giant tortoise, sea iguanas, penguins, and sea lions, to name a few. Watch the tortoises in their natural habitat at the El Chato Tortoise Reserve, snorkel with sea animals, or spot exotic birds. For a challenging activity on land, check out many of the lava trails near the volcanoes. Bartolomé is probably the most iconic island, and the most visited. Hike more than 300 steps to the summit and you'll be rewarded with epic views of Pinnacle Rock. Stromboli, Italy. Yep, that delicious Italian dish takes its name from an actual place, specifically, a small volcanic island just north of Sicily. Its 3,000-foot-high active volcano, nicknamed the Lighthouse of the Mediterranean, has had lava flowing out for years. The most impressive sightings are at night, and the best way to see the volcano is on a boat tour. There are no cars, buses, or trains on the island, only small motorbikes and ape cars, and flashlights are recommended if you plan to walk around at night because there are no streetlights. Iguazu Falls, Argentina. Split between Argentina and Brazil, these famous falls are all drama and all beauty, all the time. They're located in Iguazu National Park, a subtropical rainforest that offers many different vantage points of the waterfalls. Book a boat ride and see them up close as you sail through the lower Iguazu River, or walk through the park, but either way, expect to get soaked. Closer to home, you can check out the most gorgeous waterfalls in America. La Fortuna Waterfall. A trip to Costa Rica isn't complete without a visit to at least one waterfall. Dozens of thundering waterfalls are tucked away in tropical rainforests, or you might find a jaw-dropping set of falls as you're driving down an unassuming road. La Fortuna is one of the more popular waterfalls on the island because it's located near Arenal Volcano National Park. Both natural wonders are easy to access and can be visited on one adventure-filled day. If you're heading to La Fortuna, your legs will get a good workout. You need to walk down more than 500 steps to get to the base. Don't forget to pack comfortable footwear or water shoes and a bathing suit, says Gustavo Sorazano Munoz, a tour guide with the Costa Rica Tourism Board. And enjoy carefully, because the rocks in front of the wall can be wet and slippery. While you're at it, also learn the best ways to experience the 7 natural wonders of the world according to people who've been there. Great Blue Hole, Belize. This massive sinkhole is part of the Belize Barrier Reef, one of the most pristine reef ecosystems in the Western Hemisphere, and it's a favorite spot for serious divers because of its incredible marine diversity. It's also home to several shark species. Translation. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you're an experienced diver, you won't want to miss it. While you're in Belize, make sure to check out Ambergris Cay, the largest island in the country. Related. The most beautiful natural pools in the world. Dead Sea, Israel. The Dead Sea, also known as Salt Sea, located about an hour away from Jerusalem, is estimated to be approximately 3 million years old. It's a top bucket list destination, and for good reason. There's nothing in the world like floating on the Dead Sea. The saline water has such a high density that it keeps swimmers afloat. People with skin conditions especially love to visit because they lather the mud on their body, and the mineral-rich saltwater is said to have healing powers that are good for the skin. Just make sure to avoid shaving 1 to 2 days prior to your visit because the salt will burn any cuts. You shouldn't stick your face underwater either. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Also known as the Salt Flats, this extraordinary attraction is the world's largest salt flat, the result of dried-up prehistoric lakes. June to August is the dry season, so more tourists visit during this time. But December to April is less crowded and amazing in a whole different way. When the rain hits the salt flats, it causes a glass or mirror-like effect, which looks really cool in photos. If you visit, keep in mind that the high-altitude flats are nearly 12,000 feet above sea level, so you may experience altitude sickness if you haven't given yourself a few days to acclimate in town first. Pajalanta National Park, Sweden. Sweden tops the list as one of the most sustainable tourist destinations in the world, and with so much natural beauty, it's easy to see why. The country's largest national park, Pajalanta National Park, is adjacent to the Norwegian border, and it's a peaceful mountain escape where the Wi-Fi is weak and the air is fresh. The open terrain surrounded by alpines makes it an ideal destination for hiking, especially in July and August. Pack light, but don't forget binoculars. You might spot newly born calves, birds, or other animals.